Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Keisha Siti Nurmuntazlimah and now I would like to present the thesis. The title is Teacher's Creativity in Greeting English Speaking Environment. In the first chapter, this is a background of the research. Year in 1996 states that speaking seems significantly the most important of all the four skills. In practice, many learners feel frustrated as they find that speaking in a foreign language is complex for the reason that speaking involves many factors including grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, fluency, accuracy, and others. In the next chapter, the first one is creativity in language teaching. As defined by Oxford English Dictionary, that creativity means the ability to create. Howell also explained that creativity means a process to make a connection and to produce something new. While Gregerson et al. In 2013 states that creativity is described as something new, novel, and unique. And next is creative English teaching. Teaching creatively is dissimilar to teaching to nurture creativity. Creative is defined in two meanings, those are teaching creatively and teaching for creativity. Richard in 2013 described several different dimensions of how teachers conduct creative English teaching in the classroom. The first is using elective choice of method. Second is using activities which have creative dimension. The third is teaching in a flexible way and often adjusting and modifying the teaching during lesson. Next is looking for new ways of doing things. Fifth is customizing their lesson. Sixth is using technology. And the last one is seeking creative ways to motivate students. Next is creative English teacher. In language classroom teaching, teacher creativity play a lot of roles in affecting the intensification of teaching method use. In other words, teacher doesn't simply become the transmitter of knowledge without letting students experience the process themselves. But creative teacher hopefully can make discoveries and be creative so as the teaching will turn into a process of encouraging students' experience and to have students' roles in the creation of knowledge. And the next slide is teaching speaking. In language context, communicative competence is the main goal of learners' proficiency. It means that teachers should teach English communicatively for social interaction, whether inside or outside the classroom, so as creating atmosphere where English is a communicative tool is highly meaningful for learners. The recommended language teaching method is communicative language teaching, and Richard further argued that the goal of CTL is to develop fluency in language use. Next is creativity in language teaching is not only a simple field of activities in series but also the practical knowledge, not only presenting from the textbook. And next is language learning environment. Language learning environment is surely emphasized into some further discussion, specifically in such following topic: The first is classroom routines. The second is teacher rules. The third is physical environment. The fourth is social environment. And the fifth is speaking classroom environment. In the next capture, research method. The first is research design. In this part, the researcher employ research design, descriptive, qualitative, to analyze and to describe the teacher creativity in creating English-speaking environment at Islamic Senior High School Darul Hikmah Tawangsat. And technique of data collection, the researcher have observation, interview, and documentation. And the technique of data analysis is coding the data, reducing, displaying, and interpreting. And in the chapter 4 discussion, employing many kinds of technique in teaching speaking. First is use speaking activities which have creative dimension. There are a game, role play or drama, storytelling, and debate. And the second is customize the lesson based on student need and interest in speaking. There are learning vocabulary with drilling and learning pronunciation with tongue twister. And the last one is look for new ways in teaching English. There are having icebreaker activities, singing a song or listening a music, and watching videos, and the last one is building culture. So the conclusion is that speaking is considered the most important of the four language skills. There are reading, writing, listening, and speaking. However, many learners find speaking is in a foreign language complex due to various factors. Speaking involves more than just uttering words. It is a form of communication between the speaker and the listener. Creativity in language teaching involves making connection, producing something new, and fostering imagination, playfulness, and originality. Creative English teaching methods include using eclectic choices of method, incorporating creative dimension into activities, adapting teaching flexibility, seeking new approaches, customizing lessons, utilizing technology, and finding creativity ways to motivate students. So that's all my presentation for today. I hope you can get some information. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.